Hi, so here we're going to be making the wrap skirt. You've got the pattern to download, but I thought it would be good for you to see how you go about drafting a pattern for it. So we've got the front piece that you've already altered to make it into the A-line skirt. And there's no seam allowance on this because we always draft our patterns without seam allowance and add the seam allowance afterwards. So we're just going round to the front, marking where the centre is, flip it over, and then draw the other side of it round as well. That's going to make up one part of the front of the skirt, and then we'll use this to draw the other side of the wrap part that we want as well. So now we've drawn the whole front, we're going to draw the wrap part of it. You can use anything curved that you've got, or you can just draw it by hand. I'm obviously using a dinner plate because that was handy. And then making a right angle from the waist down, I'm just going to join the two parts up. And there you go, you can see that's what the skirt will look like. So the front of the skirt is two sections. You've got the smaller part that wraps over and the larger part, which is the whole front of the skirt. To do the back, it's the same process again. We're going to draw all the way around the back part of it. But because we're not having a zip in this, because it will open at the front, we don't need any seam allowance on the back. So we can just go ahead like the front one and draw the other side of the back. So you've got one whole section for the back part of the skirt. Because we're making this out of paper, we only need to add seam allowance to the sides of it. So there's no seam allowance on the top or the bottom, just on the left and the right hand side. Okay, so cut all these pieces out. You've got one piece for the back, one whole section for the front and the wrap part. And the front and the back whole part sections will have a normal hem, and the curved front section would have a facing on it. So I'm choosing some double-sided tape because that's what I had. You can use glue or even normal sellotape, that's fine too. So as if you were sewing, you just want all the seams on the side you want them. So in this case, I want all the seams on the inside of the skirt. So I'm just going to stick everything down that way. So this is one whole piece now. We've joined it all together, done the two side seams. So I'm just going to press it out. Use the curve of your hand to try and get the seams nice and flat without putting too many creases into it. There you go. So you've got the flap again. And there you go. That's the paper mock-up of the wrap skirt.